What is up, GGs? It's Michelle. Welcome back. We're doing our April Q&A. If you're new to these Q&As, I do them every single month at the end of the month, and I usually pull questions from any one of my social medias. This time I pulled them from Instagram. I usually tend to pull them from Instagram. I think it just makes it a lot easier sometimes for me to just pull them from just one place, and then I can just go through. Joanna wants to know how to gain confidence when performing in front of a crowd. This is such a great question. I feel like a lot of you are probably in this boat because I know a lot of you are learning from my channel, and sometimes you use these tutorials to help you learn songs to perform in front of people. The more that you put yourself out there, the easier it does get. That's what I've come to find, is that sometimes you just have to take that leap and you just have to do it. I remember performing some of my very first acoustic gigs. I would be shaking, you know? My voice would quiver when I would sing, and then my hands when I was playing the guitar would just be shaking. And I don't know if anybody could hear that, but I know that I could feel it. And once I got done after like song 2 on my set list, then like I felt like I was warmed up and I felt like I was connecting with the audience, and it gets so much easier. So that first song or 2, sometimes even like now, like I'll be nervous. It just kind of depends. It's just, you just have to do it. Marissa May wants to know, if you can learn another instrument, what would it be and why? Hint, the ukulele is pretty great. Wink emoji. The ukulele is pretty great, isn't it? A lot of you are probably gonna be shocked to know that I have a ukulele. Some of you do know that I have a ukulele because you've seen it in the background of some of my videos. But I do have a ukulele. This is a Macala. I don't know too much about ukuleles, so I'm not like any kind of expert at all in ukuleles, and I'm not even an expert in guitar. I know a few things or two about guitar. I actually got this last year as a gift for my birthday, and it's really cool. It's a beautiful little ukulele. Actually, all ukuleles are little. I don't know why. It's like a baby guitar. Now, I haven't been playing it too much recently. I need to tune the strings a little bit. It's out of tune. Actually, while we're here talking about the ukulele, I am kind of in an alternate video universe. I'm a ukulele group instructor on Rob Scallon's channel. So if you know who Rob Scallon is, I'm actually the ukulele group instructor. I did a couple videos on Rob's channel, and I was teaching ukulele to a group, and it's hilarious. It's really funny. I will link those videos down below, and I might be doing it again sometime soon. But I definitely want to make it one of my summer goals to learn the ukulele. I know a little bit of how to play it. The chords are just a little bit different. They're kind of similar to guitar, but you only have 4 strings, so it's just like a little bit different. But it's such a beautiful instrument, and yeah, so you might see me playing with it this summer. I know a lot of you guys are gonna ask if I'm gonna teach anything ukulele on this channel. I don't know about that, just because I think I really want this channel to just stay guitar focused only. Will I teach ukulele in the future? Maybe. I don't know. I can't say for sure. But right now, my focus is guitar. But who knows? I might change my mind and maybe I'll do some ukulele stuff. I have been asked quite a bit if I would teach ukulele. Like, I've been getting requests like from people who just didn't even like know I had a ukulele. People have been asking me to just like do videos. Like, I've gotten requests on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter. And I just don't know how I feel about putting ukulele on this channel, because it's called Guitar Goddess, not Ukulele Goddess. So I don't know about that. What is your zodiac sign? I'm a Pisces, so I'm a fish. Did I do a good fish face? In which time of learning guitar will I be considered as an intermediate guitarist from a beginner? This is a question that I actually get quite often, and I did make a video on this with Sean Daniel. It's called How Long Does It Take to Get Good at Guitar? And I will actually link that down below, or maybe put it in a card up here. But everybody learns at a different pace, so it's really hard to gauge how long it's gonna take for you to, you know, start from a beginner and move up to the intermediate level. For some people, it's about 6 months. Some people it's a year. Sometimes it's a year and a half to 2 years. It really depends on how often you practice, but it's not just about how often you're practicing. It's about what you are practicing and if your practice sessions are pushing you further or if you're kind of just like doing the same thing over and over and over again. Because if you're not practicing anything new or anything that challenges you, then you don't move along any further. Go watch that video though, it goes way more in depth because I could sit here and just like talk forever on this topic, but that video I think will really help give you the answer that you're looking for. Some random number is calling me right now. I don't pick up from random numbers, by the way, because there are some like sketchy telemarketers out there or just whatever, and I just don't pick up. If it's important, they'll leave me a voicemail and I might get back to it. We've got a question from Cheyenne. She wants to know, what guitar strings do you recommend? Mine don't sound as good and crisp. I just changed them too. So I am a kind of newfound lover of elixir strings. Oh my goodness. For the longest time, I was using Diodarios. They're phosphor bronze, custom light, 0.011 to 0.052 gauge. I use the same exact gauge and I use phosphor bronze on elixirs. But as soon as I made that swap, by the way, they were suggested by Sean Daniel. So thank you, Sean, for just making me see the light that there are better strings out there. No hate to Diodario, by the way. I think that they are good strings, but they don't last as long. It's a little bit more of an investment, but they do last a lot longer as well. So when you think about it, you're not actually really paying that much more. The Diodarios that I used to buy were about $6 a pack, and the elixirs that I now use, they were like $15 for the pack that I paid for them. And I've actually had them here on my Breedlove since this past November. So it's going on like 6 months soon, right? Is May gonna be 6 months? Yeah. And they still sound amazing, and they even look good. They don't look rusted out or gross or anything like that. And I play this guitar all the time. You guys see this in my tutorials all the time, and they've been on since probably like early to mid-November, something like that. I'm probably never, ever gonna go back to Diodarios ever again. I mean, if you need a cheap set of strings, they're great. They just don't last as long. They just don't. And the elixirs have a much better tone and they just resonate so well, and it's bright and vibrant and beautiful and it's amazing. And they last. I feel like I've moved really slow as I've been learning guitar, and I feel embarrassed to play in front of experienced guitarists. I want to learn, but I don't seem to be able to get any further from my point right now. How can I help myself love you? I love you too. This is a great question. So if you have friends that are guitarists, just play with them. If they're really your friends, they're not going to judge you for being at a beginner level. If anything, it's actually going to help you because it's going to motivate you. And I know that seems very opposite of what you would expect, because I know going into it, it's very intimidating. But I have friends that are more skilled at guitar than I am. One of my friends is actually, his name is Sean Daniel. I'm sure you've probably seen him on my channel before, but he's a lot more experienced than I am. And I will admit at first it was like slightly intimidating, but he is so incredibly kind and just generous, and he has shared so many tips with me, and I've learned a lot from just jamming with him. And it's been one of the best things that I have actually done to further and improve my skills on the guitar. I couldn't recommend it enough. It will seriously help you. It will motivate you. You can be like, hey, can you show me how to do that little trick that you were doing? More than likely, they're gonna be so happy to teach you because they get to pass on an awesome skill. Like, you're gonna make them feel really good by complimenting them. Be like, oh, that was so cool what you're doing. Can you show me that? Andrea asked, do you have a favorite baking show that you watch on YouTube? Well, my favorite baking show used to be Nerdy Nummies by Rosanna Pansino. It's still one of my favorites, but there's this new baking show that has popped up on YouTube called Boss Bakes, and I'm hoping to be a special guest someday. All right, so that is it for this month's Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me. I actually have to wrap this up because I'm gonna go see A Quiet Place with my parents, and I'm really excited because John Krasinski is in that movie, and I'm a huge fan of John Krasinski. He's amazing. By the way, thank you to everybody who submitted a question. There were literally over 100 questions, so I'm sorry if I did not get to yours. I tried to answer as many as I could, but I actually have to go because my dad has said that we are leaving in like 2 minutes. So I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.